Yeah, no, exactly like that. Exactly.
Read right.
Oh,
Whoa, hey,
yeah, dude. I know. That's crazy. Yeah, it is. It is Monday. Welcome in, everybody. Holiday weekend Monday for the people in the States. Welcome in, Nerdy Blue Roses. We've got Matt. We've got Polka Dog, Tinko, Boops, Blizzy, Bahraini. Blue Roses, thank you for the 40 check-ins. Thank you. Yeah, good to have everybody. Welcome in. I am sorry I'm a little bit late. Not that that's really that unusual these days. Hi. Hey, I can look at chat this time, and I only sort of blink. God, I've really got to move my camera, I guess. I don't full on blink. I just kind of like squint at you. Tats, did the cookie tell you to not be a racist? Huh? Long weekend this? Holy 195. Damn. Let's see. Where is that? Excuses are easy to manufacture and hard to sell. That depends. Do not judge a book by its color. Holy shit. That's crazy. That Cookie's throwing some crazy shade. Mac, how are you? The big issues are work, career, or status right now. Cookie, fuck right off, dude. Fuck right off. It's almost like we live in a society or something. And we've got to pay the bills and shit. God. Accept what comes to you each day. I'm not even going to say it, Matt. Brainy already said it. Never mind. I had a really productive day yesterday, and I had a somewhat productive day today. Oh, my God. I think today we might play some No Man's Sky. That, or we're just going to sit and reflect on Silvervale's new $150 Fansly tier. Maybe we'll just do that. Maybe we'll just do that. We'll just think about life and shit. You're doing a sewing project? You should definitely show it off in the Discord. That's awesome. I love it when people make stuff. Wales Oshi is washed. Oh man, yeah. No, there's a couple different versions. It looks like oh my God. I mean, pop off queen, but the the least expensive tier of Silvervale's Fansly subscription is $35 a month. That's crazy. There must be a lot of content for $35 a month. $50 for the Alpha's Den, which makes me want to just crawl into a hole and fucking die, and $150 for the Wolf Queen's Court. Yeah, I think she announced it like today. She used to do custom 3D scenes. Oh yeah. She's always like been open about looting her model and stuff. So you posted what you're willing to share. Thank you, Tats. At least on Patreon. How much was her Patreon? I didn't even know that she... Listen, more power to her, seriously. I think those prices are outrageous. Me personally, I'm not going to fucking pay $150 a month for some Silvervale titty, but, you know, to each their own. I'm sure that this is somebody's Oshi, and they are all about it. So, Kata! It's good to fucking see you, dude. I hope you're doing well. Did you open anything cool? I saw that you got a bunch of cards and shit. Next week's employee appreciation week. So you're being extra. Oh, nice. That's cool. So it's work related. I see. Hence the I can only share so much. Team. Been there. Oh, Fuzzy posted some cool shit too. Oh. Oh. Team abbreviation. So I had to make a team shirt one time and I made it team member because I thought that was funny and nobody else like challenged that. So we were team member and I still laugh about it to this day. Pretty mid pulls. There's always next time. So true. Hey, I found like 10 packs of some Scarlet and Violet set that is not worth much more than I paid for it. Oh, hey, Fuzzy. Gonna try to catch a bullet train to Osaka today? Good luck, dude. That sounds like a great time. 25, 35, 50 for Patreon. What is $100 premium on the Patreon versus Fansly content? That's crazy. I'm not like super into team culture, but sometimes, hey, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, you either like jump into it or
Good golly, whiner.
Yes. You either jump into it and go with the flow of corporate culture or get chewed up and spit out usually. So, brainy DMs. I see. Patreon's not safe for work content. Cozy VRC meetups. Cozy Discord community chat. So no looting that chat. Fansly's not safe for work content with private Fansly messaging. And not safe for work. There's a... we are a team member.
Pants.
If
Maybe
only.
So stinky.
That's so true, Mew. How did you know? How did you know that just minutes before my stream, I just couldn't help myself? Okay, I'm gonna put up a poll. You could smell it? That's crazy. I'm so sorry. That's quite the waft. I need... How the fuck do I make a poll in this? I closed part of my layout. Hold on. Quick actions. Here we go. Manage poll.
I peed my pantsies are nor.
I put up a poll, chat. I put up a poll. I'm curious. What do y'all think? She actually, supposedly, that's what I just got linked, was the Fansly description is not safe for work content with private Fansly messaging, squirt emoji, and not safe for work gaming streams, turbo horny Skyrim playthrough, question mark, exclamation point. No love ents or anything, though, just horny games. Huh? Huh? The fuck are you talking about, Brainy? Yeah, okay, yeah, no, yeah. I don't understand what you're getting at, Brainy. I'm genuinely confused. The girl got spooked by people following her on the Xbox app? Yeah, well, yeah, it is. Yeah, it's private, okay, private fantasy messaging. Private fantasy messaging on Fansly, whatever the fuck that means. Unless it explicitly says that somewhere. I mean, the poll's still accurate. Like the poll, you would just answer, nah, that's farmed out. 99% AI giving you the fantasy. Bro, if she's selling AI fantasy DMs for, I wonder what tier, you probably didn't come with the $35 tier. What did I come into? We're having a respectful discussion about Silvervale's Fansly launch, Friendsly launch. Can we mention Fansly by name on this? Yeah, we can. People advertise that shit. You're so confused. Hold on, I'll put it on the screen so people will understand what the fuck I'm talking about. She literally that's why we're talking about it. It got launched today. Okay, that's, I can show all of that. Okay. Here. Where the fuck? Whatever could go wrong. Well, I'm not logged in, so it's not going to show me anything. It's all blurred out. As you can't tell what that is, obviously, chat. Can we? I don't know. No fucking rats, chat. Who the fuck is a nice profile picture she got there? She's eating some ice cream. What about it? Yeah. The fuck is this? Okay. Neat. I have no idea what it is beyond blurred. Yeah, no idea. That's why I want to talk about it. So one person says, yeah, it's her, and 9 people so far have voted, nah, that's farmed out. I'm genuinely curious. Hold on, I'm gonna click on something, so I don't want it up on the screen. Okay.
This one, I'm actually quite upset.
I'm not upset. Again, listen, more power to her. Just $150 ain't for me. You just notice you have 250,000 points. Yeah, I need to come up with a way for y'all to burn some of those points. I just wanted to see it or see what it did. Oh yeah, it's scrubbing our favorite single VTuber women respecter. Gonna be so fucking controversial here, but I'm sick of streamers starting fansies and adult content stuff because I'm sick of sex sell shit. I got terrible news for you, Raptolus. Not that you're not aware of this, but sex has sold literally since people, and it always will. So I get used to it. Hey, why you throw cheese at me for that statement? Oldest profession, real. I'm gonna start a fansly and just post me nerding out about Zelda and share pictures of rocks. Please do, man. Please. Okay. Here we go. We get to view the tiers here. The first tier is $35 a month. You're officially part of the pack. Unlock free messaging, 1x theme roleplay ASMR audio per month, not safe for work art sets or comics, about one per month, lewd wallpapers, MMD animations, HD versions of my pictures, and gifs from Twitter. Okay, what's in the Alpha's Den? You've made it to the inner circle, a bonus themed roleplay ASMR. Priority messages. Your messages float to the top of my inbox, and I see you first. Private spicy fantasy messaging. DM me for details. That's so... What the fuck do you mean DM me for details? Tell me what the fuck I'm getting if I'm spending $50 a month, please. The throne is yours and so is my attention. Highest inbox visibility. Your fantasies are always in the line of my sight. Extended private spicy fantasy messaging. DM me for details. I don't like this. What are you curious, Mew? What do you not like about this? Just the discussion or the offerings? I see you first, then you realize others pay for this too. Well, that's kind of the thing with from what I've been the whole thing. I got curious about it because I saw it because I wasn't surprised to see this move. I was surprised to see it be $150. We gave Philly shit about this. Yeah, no. Like it's $150. It's crazy. It's crazy. I bet she doesn't even touch the DMs there. It's 100% somebody else running it for her. That's the thing that I wish these people running these accounts were honest about. So that's $420 a year, $600 and $1,800. Yes. Yeah. At least Fillion is upfront that she's got an AI bot handling everything. I'm so tempted to actually send a DM and be like, hey, so I'm DMing you for details about the private spicy fantasy messaging. What is this? They were ahead of their time? No. No. I mean, I think Fillion was one of the first people to jump on that AI train, but it certainly wasn't like groundbreaking even when Fillion did it. Like I saw a couple creators pretty much as soon, like somebody running that like solution got a bunch of creators on board. Totally a Reddit user with a fedora. I mean, Philly deserves shit because she doesn't actually own the model she uses. Free model from VR chat. Creator can't do shit to stop her. I thought that was resolved in quotes somehow or something. There's certainly shady Philly shit that has happened. It was later, okay, but still deserves shit. Yeah. Red, you always know the right times to be assertive or to simply wait. If only I had that skill. Have you been toying with the idea of redecorating your house? If so, you might have actually come up with a few solid ideas, although you'll have a difficult time deciding among them. Cookie, what the fuck? I think Reds and Katas got twisted, but still, that's so, like, okay. Is it bad that I actually want to make a Roxley? No. It's not. Have you seen Fillion getting banned from remote control to a robot because she started harassing people with it? No, it doesn't surprise me, though. I mean, you're talking about the same person that didn't she joke about having, like, a bomb in her computer going through airport security or something? We're not talking about fucking giga level intelligence over here, okay? You're talking about a shit posting content creator that is comfortable laughing about content theft. I don't know how else I can put it to be like, yeah, the bar ain't high. Cookie wants people to support big renovation. Bro, I've been looking at vans to big renovation and getting people's half done projects. I'm just nope. I ran into so many vans that people were like, yeah, it's got some rust damage in the roof that we found. Don't know how that got there. And it definitely wasn't the like 35 self-tappers that we used to install the solar panels. I don't know. I'm not a fan of Fillion. Just, we're going to add that to the list of reasons that I love and appreciate you, Mew. I have an urge to make a fan. Do it. Do it, Moon. Do it. I remember Fillion made a George Floyd joke a while back. We're talking about the person that went through airport security and made a joke about having a bomb in their fucking computer. Are you surprised? They literally went, lol, I stole my model to their community. Haha. Yeah. Yeah, like we watched clips. We watched clips about Fillion saying this shit. Like they literally went. They literally were talking about how they found the model. They used some software to rip it, and you can do it too. Something like that, allegedly. Fuck, I don't know. Listen, I don't think that they're actually Hitler. And how do they have a career? I don't know. It's tough out there. It is. I'm not gonna judge any other creator for working with, you know, any creator that's been questionable in the past. So it gets complicated really quick, you know? Because silly backflips, key jingles. Yeah, because girl flip 3D. Oh my God, she tried the backflip in loud noises. Haha, funny. Haha, she broke her headset for the 10th time. Taco! Feeling gives me red flags, not gonna lie. When I saw the model thing, I just walked away. That's where I am too, right? Like, feeling reminds me of when I was in middle school in terms of humor. Some people don't grow out of that shit. Genuinely, some people just like you expect people to grow up and then they don't. Probably a fair amount of that going on. Also, the fact that they have had an online presence and are surrounded by people going, haha, you're the best. It only reinforces that kind of behavior. Not that I'm a fucking, psychologist or whatever. Why do I feel attacked right now? I don't view. I know. Like, listen. We gave Fillion shit for it. I don't know as much about what Silver's offering.
I'm actually quite upset.
$200 tier Fillion supporter spotted. So true. Red, how could you do this to us? Brainy thinks I have $200. Too real. You don't because you gave it to her? Damn. Brainy is just... That makes too much sense, Brainy. That makes too much sense. Like, I don't know. I don't think it's out of the question that y'all are correct. The spicy fantasy messaging could be AI farmed out. But we don't, I don't know that for sure. When somebody shows me Enough about my sub to bees. I'm looking for that $200. I can't find it. You try sending that $200 again? Could be worse. Could be some poor sod on fire. We don't know. We don't know. I wish that I could see the behind the scenes on this, and I wonder how many people have lost their jobs as fantasy tier DMers for big content creators that have just been replaced with AI. I like, oh, to be a fly on the wall of this Fansly launch, because even at $150, I am sure that there are too many people subscribed at that number for her to actually keep up with responding. I don't know what the number of messages, like if she were to be handling them all herself, unless you can only send like 5 messages a month or something, there are probably too many people subscribed for her to keep up with that. Chat, please. Can I help you set up Silly Tavern? Don't give people 50 or 150 bucks for this, or just like fucking talk to people. Chat, please don't develop actual relationships with AIs. Please, I beg of you. I don't want to read about you on my husband is Chat GPT or whatever the fuck it is, or just get a Final Fantasy sub. Oh my god. I mean, whatever works for you. Intimidator, welcome. Hope you had a good weekend. I did. I had a very productive weekend. I replaced the brakes on my car and carried around a bunch of heavy stuff, and did a lot of things actually. Only clankers could love me though. Mac, shut the fuck up. You are far too clever to think that that's actually true. I don't know. Sometimes AI talks better than the cat boys that open with hi. What the fuck do you want them to open with? Hello, illustrious chatter. My name is Catboy fuck 35. How are you on this enchanting eve? The fuck do you want from them? Open with bye, make it confusing. And you used to RP? Real and true. Moon, you should open up a Fansly with a fantasy DM tier and just don't tell people what that entails, and then just hit them with really confusing shit. Although I'm afraid that you would, I'm not afraid. I know you would get just absolutely insane DMs. So send them pictures of dogs. That's a dangerous path though. Oh, what the fuck is this, Brainy? That's insane. That's insane. That well, Pippa's not beating the allegations with this one. Mad Dad, welcome. Potato, welcome. Oh, hey, you're right. There is one for me. I'm a right trainer. Yeah. That's fucking crazy. What is this? I should start a monthly sub where you pay me not to talk to you. No. I gotta start coming up with more ways to bring the money in. If anything, I'm gonna start $150 a month Fansly. Thank you for the 5-stream streak, Potato. Welcome in, Wengler. Everything happens for a reason. Fuck off, Cookie. Bees, if we make a rock fan, what if we make a rock Fansly together? I'm about to start a Patreon probably, actually. I genuinely probably am going to pivot to some IRL / grass touching content and we may do a mini subathon event to raise van funds next week or something. Hear me out? Okay, what's up, Kata? Spagley? Jesus Christ. For the low price of $1 a month, I will pocket your money and do nothing. There will be $1 a month tier for sure. Spag is dead, please. No, we're gonna actually settle. I literally have. Do you hear the plastic bag? You probably don't. I have fresh SpaghettiOs, and I think we're going to knock that out during September. Will the Patreon have some shiny stinger art? It's gonna be interesting because I'm going to want to kind of I don't know how I'm gonna manage it yet, because I'm not going to stop VTubing. But I want there to be both VTubing and this like travel content. Like I want there to be something for everyone if they're going to take the time to participate in the Patreon. I thought you would never touch SpaghettiOs. Well, they're not SpaghettiOs and meatballs. It's just SpaghettiOs, and I think I can do it. I may have taken a cold bite of SpaghettiOs recently, and it didn't make me want to like projectile vomit everywhere. So making custom ASMR is expensive, though. I have been really tempted to try some ASMR again as well, but I just think that I would have more fun. I would have more fun trying to do like the travel content. So Bees is healing. It only took like 3 years. Crazy. You sent me the price? Wait, what the fuck? Like a script? Oh. Yeah, fuck that. I would I don't think you need all that, man. I don't think you need all that. I think you could literally listen, I don't think there's any harm in getting a rough outline for a script using like Chat GPT or something, modifying it a bit to be you, and then fuck paying someone to edit music for it. They're there for your voice anyways. Like, Moon, you literally have an incredible voice for ASMR. I don't think that you need to pay anyone to, yeah, just grab some royalty free shit. Yeah. Like I think that is too much money. Me, when the ASMR script is poorly plotted, your fucking day is ruined. Chat, please stop thinking I have to spend. I get it for like actually editing things, right? I do. Listen, Brainy, I could not make the videos that you make. That's money that I have to spend. But also what Moon is describing to me, I just don't think is necessary. You said chat not busy. Yeah, no, I'm just trying to be a part of the conversation, Brainy. I want too much and it harge. Moon, you have such a nice voice. Just let it shine. Suvi does it like that. Background is royalty free. Yeah. I think what Moon is going for is something like truly custom and like one off. The thing is, Silence B, Brady is talking to us. Okay. All right. My bad. My bad. Ye scripted is fun. That's the thing though. I think that you are capable of handling the scripted part. Fuck a music mix or whatever the fuck. I mean, maybe, I guess they're adding like sound effects and shit. I just think that like you could create enough of it. Like, sure, maybe at some point you get to the point where like the truly custom stuff is something worth investing in.
To make sure that our
but
products do not aid in harming environments like this one here.
Thor, welcome in.
Live and thrive, and they worked.
Well, yeah, fuck me, I guess. Wait, this isn't Kick. This isn't Kick. I can't die on stream. Oh, shit. Your true love will show himself to you under the moonlight. Congratulations, Potato. Let your emotions play with your imagination today and feel free to discuss your findings openly with others. Don't get caught up in so rational a frame of mind that you refuse to acknowledge any other way of viewing your current situation. God, emotions, gross. Too soon on the Kick death? Which fucking one? Which fucking one? I don't think it's too soon. Maybe I was referencing the first one. The French dude who died the other day? Yeah, there's more than one. Yeah, like 3 fucking people died or something. I don't know. The Cobra King dude, that wrestler dude almost died. Like damn near fucking died. Definitely like giga assaulted on stream. The French guy, and I think there was actually one more. I think there may have been actually one more. I can't remember. I can't fucking keep up. I saw Wubby get fucking murdered on stream the other day. He managed to lose like 30 fucking K in like a matter of hours. That surely counts as a death. Does the stream sometimes flash? Well, no, it's me for some reason. I don't know what the fuck. I think it's me. I think it's me, which is slightly concerning. A Frenchman was tortured to death on Kick. Yeah, we talked about him. That's fucked up. The fuck is this? What is this? Hold on, I will. Oh, I will. Hold on.
Guys,
Yuzu, good fucking job. Holy.
Guys, cease, cease.
Do we still have fucking copium shuttle? I feel like this is an appropriate time for copium shuttle.
Guys, cease, cease.
Fuck yeah, copium galaxy. Yeah, we'll take that.
This one, I'm actually quite upset.
Oh my god. Mew, when they see cheese balls right there. I need to enable that AI and see how atrocious it is. I wonder if it just uses the same, if it would also start babbling about fucking cheese balls in New Zealand or whatever the fuck it was. All of your balls gone? I will actually 1v1 you IRL. I am not afraid, Mew. That's one of these things you can watch for an hour and repeat. Absolutely. Costco scale jars of cheese balls. I actually mod for someone who's made several hundred from the turtle sex sound alert. God, that's something that I think I'd take to my fucking grave. Like, what's the sound alert that's made you the most amount of money? I don't know what you're even talking about. What the fuck is a sound alert? Actually, no idea. Bees would lose an IRL 1v1. I should get ready for tomorrow, but instead more sewing. Good job, Tats. The Kirby one is probably yours. Ugh. Do you want to go? Welcome. Good to see you, dude. Me as a fly swatter. It better be a big fucking fly swatter. Bit of advice from Blue Shirt Guy. Size matters in 1v1 quite a bit. Yep. Although, if you sneak up on somebody and suplex them into the ground and then mount them and hit them in the face 27 times. So, Mew, do you think you could suplex me? Of course I could. I mean, Mew says that she can suplex me, so I'm not going to disagree. I guess we'll have to see how it plays out. Yo, Jester, good to see you, dude. How's it going? Mew can't fly? True. True. Movie review on YouTube saying I guess I'm not. Yeah, that landscape is getting very complicated right now. Gato must have given you suplex lessons. I know Gato did not say that she pulled off a suplex. She got sat on. There was no suplex. There was intoxication and betrayal by public infrastructure. Going good. Try not to do labor on Labor Day. That's the spirit. I've done a little bit today, but not much. Bees will just use a special move. Sit. Hey, it was super effective last time. Went to the lake, visited some friends in town for a couple hours. That's about it. That sounds like a nice day. I've done laundry and cleaned and looked at vans I want to buy. Reminder that you can't give birth on Labor Day. Yeah, but hold it in. Hold it in. God, that's such a crazy fucking tweet from Pippa.
Guys, cease, cease.
I would like to take this opportunity to remind everyone, don't use your fucking debit card. Don't use your fucking debit card, chat. Especially when traveling, do not use your fucking debit card. Use a credit card. Pay off the balance. Please, for the love of God, it is so much more dangerous to use your debit card on a day-to-day basis. And also, it exposes you to dumbass shit like this. Please. How the fuck do you trap Pippa? Please, if you ever see this, I love you, but I do travel. I do travel with my debit card, but it is like hidden away in my bag. It does not move unless there's an emergency. It is crazy to me that you would just have your debit card out and be like going to use it to pay for shit. As someone that works in the financial world, I approve of this message. I am European. How dare you? We don't use credit cards. Please use a credit card. Please. Maybe it works differently for you guys or something, but if you use your debit card and your account gets compromised and you lose all of your fucking money in your bank account, it is far more difficult to get that returned to you than a credit card when fraud happens. I barter for sheeps and goats to acquire goods and services. Is that why the renovation's taking so long, Red? But for real, I know like 2 people who use credit. It's not even for like the points. It's not even for the credit score. It's literally just to shield yourself. Yes, please. Thank you. Thank you. That's a much better title. As a European, I have 3 credit cards. I'm so proud of you, Fuzzy. Shut the fuck up. It's going to be finished tomorrow. I fucking doubt that. I fucking doubt that. What's going to be finished? Like the fucking trim in one room? Close that chapter and move on to the next? You're honestly telling me that the whole thing's going to be finished tomorrow? Plus, if you set up auto pay on a credit card instead your bank account when the inevitable data breaches occur, you're protected? Yes. Yeah, it's just, it's. I travel with 2 sets of cards, right? And cash. So in the cash, it's not all on me either. There's some cash on me and there's some cash in my bag. Finish this tomorrow, pants grab. Never change, Mew. Never change. And European banks have to comply with our consumer rights stuffs. Oh, that's true. I didn't think about that, Phlox. So it may actually be easier for you guys to not be turbo fucked if your debit card gets compromised. See, in the States, if you go to the gas station and you use your debit card to pay for gas and your card gets skimmed, and then you see a $700 charge at Home Depot, wow, that's really unfortunate for your $700. But if it's a credit card, you're like, that shit wasn't me, dog. Kinda. I need insurance for $1 a month with the bank, but it also covers internet scams and my shit being stolen. That's crazy. That is actually a foreign concept to me, Brainy. We just let our elderly people here in the States get like absolutely fucking reamed by scammers. And we're all just kind of like, shrug. That's unfortunate. Maybe $4. It's very low. That's crazy. I'm so jealous. Yeah, I literally, when I'm not trying to like say anything with this, but when I lived in not here, I lived in a different part of the country. And some of you that know me, don't say it in chat, but some of you that know me will know what I'm talking about. I lived there for like 3 years. And I had my fucking card scammed like 7 fucking times. Like 7 goddamn times. It was insane. And like every goddamn time, it was like 5 fucking minutes later, there were hundreds of dollars of charges at Home Depot. Absolutely bonkers. If any of those had been on my debit card, I would have been absolutely fucked. Each time I had to be like, yeah, it's me again. Nope, I didn't buy a bunch of fucking goat feed at Home Depot. All right, did I miss anything else in the world? Been using a debit card for the past 10 years. Never been skimmed. That's right. I like to live life on the edge. I cannot. Oh, this is actually incredible if this is real. AI grifters scammed their way into Dragon Con. The staff had them escorted out. I found an issue. I don't know how, but my ASMR mic is so noisy. I'm sure we could figure that out, man. You did not? How will you barter with sheeps and goats without feed? That's a good point, Tinko. You're right. Only time I got outright scammed was actually from Amazon. Amazon is such shit these days. Sorry, Amazon sponsored listening device. I know that you heard me say that, and I'm not gonna like take you out back and put you down or anything, but like Amazon really does kind of suck ass these days. Moon ASMR, it's more likely than you think. It's also very nice. Still upset over one of those AI losers selling 50 Dojin copies at Comiket 106? God, that sucks. That's so fucking lame, dude. Oh wow, this dude, I wish we had this guy's whole face. He looks so tired. He looks so tired. From what I've caught of Moon streams, very comfy voice. Yes. This is why I don't bother with Twitch Prime or Amazon Prime anymore, because I don't want to gamble on it. Well, I mean, yeah, this is a great opportunity for me to remind anyone in chat who is not subscribed and does have Twitch Prime. Sup. Listen, I'm still going to take their money, okay? I'm still here for it. That's good, though. You love to see AI fucking art scammers getting escorted out of conventions. I read a fucking article about some AI music quote creator getting signed to a record label, and they did a fucking interview, and they had like the typical I'm an artist photos taken of them where they're like posing in front of a rented living room and shit. And I just like, Ah, what the fuck? What the fuck even? What the fuck even? DM about the Dojin? Oh shit. Oh my god, yeah, they really did break that the fuck down. That's crazy. Yeah. I am so turned off by AI content, and I think that a lot of other people listen. I know that like there's a lot of people that are saying like Asman has this take, and like there's a lot of content creators that are like, nah, sorry, AI is the fucking future. And it just is going to do a lot of these things so well that you're going to be irrelevant. But I think that a lot of people, and the people that I want to interact with, are going to be drawn to they're going to be drawn to humanity. And like that's a big part of like the content that I want to make over the next year is I want it to be I want it to be real. And God, seeing AI shit being especially like sneakily pushed by people is so fucking gross. But then also like first AI using assigned this dude. Like look at this fucking pretentious ass headshot. Fucking Timbaland has started an AI record label. Fuck off.
AI is coming for all our jobs, but for now, I laugh at its inability to deal with fingers and filters.
Hi, Stone Creek. Hatu, good to see you. How dare you gatekeep this? AI makes it accessible. I'm gonna make something accessible.
This one, I'm actually quite upset.
You're gonna do what now? You heard me? You heard me? AI will never and can never draw my OC like my friends have. I just like I don't want I would rather I would rather have something be done by a person than some slop. That's just me. What do you mean? I need to learn how to draw? You know what? I'm not gonna learn how to draw, but I appreciate people that do. And when I need something drawn, I'll just get it drawn. I'll put it this way: my job is on the most top 10 list for AI replacing it in the next decade, and I know we will be worse off when that happens. Oh yeah, I think that okay. I think that what you're going to see happen though is you are going to see people do what they did with
lizard.
You're going to see the same thing happen with people that shipped all their support jobs overseas. Like people these companies were like, we're going to send all of our support overseas. And then it was fucking terrible. And they've spent a ton of money bringing their support back to, the country that needs to be supported. And people that thought that they were going to save money didn't save that much money. And I think that you're going to see that happen a lot with AI over the next couple of years. So I work retail. AI can't replace me. No, I can have the amount of rage and hatred that I have for customers. Well, I mean, I feel like that's the plot of a movie, right? Like that's the first AI that gains sentience is they're just like restocking a shelf somewhere and get kicked over and decide that humans are no longer needed. So maybe that's just hastening our own demise, and maybe I'm on board with that. What the fuck, dude? Thursday, Hallwood Media announced that it had inked a deal with Imo Liver, a human music designer. Somebody fucking end me. This isn't about replacing artists. It's about expanding what's possible. Fuck right off, dude. Fuck right off. It'll be a while before AI comes to my job. No way it can X-ray and jiggle the bad dragon to a satisfactory result. Hey, you never know, dude. Those little dog robots, they got those little grippy claw things. They could probably jiggle a dildo pretty well. To be fair, the AI that isn't present, or the AI that is present isn't truly AI. It doesn't learn, it just mimics. Yep. Yeah. Well, that's the thing though. We're in this huge fucking bubble right now. And a lot of normal people and people that are investing in this shit, they don't appreciate the fact that AI is pretty fucking dumb. And when this I feel like this AI bubble is going to be like the VR bubbles that have come before, where there's all this money and like innovation and oh my god, it's this is the time for VR, and then it's not. It's going to be rough when the bubble pops. So let's see. Gotta want ChatGPT to handle refunds. I want to gaslight it. Sorry, I zoned out for like 10 seconds. That shocked me back. Wait, what happened? Retail is going to be nigh impossible to AIify. I don't know. The music is very human. AI already does a lot of inventory counting in big box stores. Yep. Another reason for shortages you're seeing now, that's so annoying. If that's really the case, that's so annoying. God, hey, have y'all, okay, God, is this just going to be a doomer stream? Is that what we're fucking doing tonight? We're spiraling. Have y'all seen the police camera AI shit? Let's get sad together. We always spiral. I guess that's true. The amount of money pouring into it may be more like the 2001 tech bubble. Yeah. Neuro's an outlier for AI because she's a language model first, AI second. Well, yeah, and Neuro's very cool, right? But I think also Neuro's a bit like Neuro's a highly specialized, somebody pulling the strings. We don't know how much of it is scripted or not kind of existence. So it's interesting. And like, you don't really want to pull back the veil too much because Neuro is entertaining, but I think there might be some pointing in a general direction for Nero sometimes. Oh, you might get this moon? This is what you're talking about? Hold on. Oh, I'm not familiar with this. English. It's the inputs I need. Whoa. Audio stuff like this scares me. You should see my audio setup. I have one of those fancy ASMR mics that I just never use. I got it and then I got Giga COVID and I did like 2 ASMR streams and I've wanted to do more and I just never have. But I actually have an audio interface with 4 XLR inputs and your voice took so long to recover. I still take an inhaler twice a day. Twice a day, dude. It just is my life. Get the fuck around here, XLR cable. Jesus. You would love to hear BASMR? I think it would be fun. How did I not know you had COVID? Can you taste still? That super sucks. I had COVID a couple times. My taste comes and goes. The biggest issue is I have a long lasting cough and lung issues, which is like not exactly optimal whenever you want to get on a microphone and yell for multiple hours at a time. But I mean, we're finding ways to survive and thrive. It just took a lot of doctor visits and other bullshit. Dude, your cough makes me worry sometimes. It makes me worry sometimes too. And unfortunately, it's like the kind of chronic thing that, like, you know, it's not going to get better as I age like a fine wine, you know? Like at TwitchCon getting ready to call 911. Yeah. Yeah. It's really good stuff, isn't it? It's really, really good stuff. Hiking stream is even more impressive now. The Wi-Fi signal being bumped down a peg or 2 in the ratings. Yeah, why are you using the ASMR microphone? To prove that I still have it. What about it? What's wrong with it? Are you complaining? Beardy, what a time for you to show up. Stop, it feels so wrong. What if I don't want to stop? What if I want to keep using the ASMR microphone? What if I want to just whisper sweet nothings into your ears? Dicks! Thank you for the dicks. Uh, 911 works in most all countries due to its ubiquity, even though countries have 119 or 000. Yeah, probably just, you know, forwards that on along. So, I kiss you soon. I'm so jealous. They're gonna make out, and I'm not gonna be there. I'm so fucking glad that I didn't commit to that trip now, but I am incredibly jealous, and the FOMO really, really will be real. You finished the sewing. Congratulations. Good job. I hope it's a hit at the office tomorrow. TwitchCon NA. Yeah, I will be there. Okay, okay. Actual TwitchCon NA news. I have found an affordable way for me to stay there. So I will be at TwitchCon. It is pretty much confirmed at this point. No 5-star Grand Suite. No, I had to modify the plans. We were gonna get like I had actually found like a not last minute, but a beachside option that was like, not too unreasonably expensive, and had to be like, can't do that shit anymore. No, Sugar Bee, I'm not going. Hey, I'm still going to the Michelin star sushi place. That shit is still happening. It's in San Diego in October, I'm pretty sure. Let me double check the dates. NA5. Yeah, October 17th through 19th. Yeah, especially since it's pretty much confirmed that unless I find a crazy good opportunity, I don't think I'm going to start a new job before then. Anyways, though, oh wait, you're actually leaving anyways, even though I stopped using the ASMR mic? Wow. Okay, that's fucked up. How much is a sushi? Last year I spent a couple $100, but I also got like crazy good sake as well. Like completely unnecessarily expensive sake. It was so worth it. But we had to get the reservations opened up for the restaurant, and the guy that got our reservations only managed to get us the reservation for Sunday. He was like, they instantly were booked. So apparently 112 is the most common globally, mostly due to India. 911 is dominates in the New World. I see. Have you already reserved? Yeah. Like the minute they only open them up, like I think it's like 3 months in advance or something. And as soon as my buddy was able to call in and get reservations, you can try though. Let me find the name of the place. Is it Exotic Fishes? It's a Michelin star rated sushi restaurant. Like there's like maybe 10 tabletops in the entire restaurant. There's a legit crazy Michelin star sushi chef that's there. They have like a menu based on what the chef wants to serve you. They explain it's like I think it was like a 8 or 10 course meal the last time I went, and they like explain everything to you and let you make decisions, and it's just a really cool experience. So what the fuck happened to my fucking Chrome crashed? Hold on. Just a second. I'm going to disappear into the void. I'll be right back. I think we're back. Okay.
This one, I'm actually quite upset.
Yeah, me too.
While the bee is in the void, the stream needs a narrator. If AI can make me do ASMR believably, then I will be worried. Till then, the natural world I document will remain superior.
Soichi. Yeah, Soichi is the restaurant. Let's see. Beardy, I will DM it to you. Holy Christ, that URL. Please fuck right off. I was spooked by the sudden black screen and the muted tab. I think ASMR would be one of the easier things to do for an AI. Yeah, the AI ASMR stuff is actually pretty crazy. Yeah, it's chat. AI jump scare incoming. AI ASMR jump scare incoming. Oh, it's $50 to reserve? Okay. Interesting. Well, I would definitely recommend it. He got us, it's like Sunday at 7:15, I believe, that we're going. Not to just, dox the ever-living piss out of us, but I don't think there's anybody Giga famous in my group. But it's super legit, so absolutely would recommend. I fucking hate it. There's already AI ASMR. Oh yeah, it was like one of the first things. What are these made out of? AI. Yeah, this is AI. Some of these have insane views on TikTok. Like insane views. And let me see if I can find it. Honey keyboard. I'm ruining my fucking feed with this. Maybe it's this one. Okay, so I get it. I get it. The really okay. I hate the fact that the actual ASMR artists feel the need to like jump on the trend, right?
Viral AI honey keyboard.
it I'm gonna be honest with you, this is better than the first one that I saw. And it makes me feel bad for the human ASM artists. Like yeah. How on brand be watching honey content? I'm trying to find the actual one that I saw before. That I no, please no. Anyways, there have been a couple of these Like Minecraft block ASMR AI. Oh, this is from 2 days ago, dude.
Let's cut this up. It looks amazing.
Oh, the future is now.
Let's cut this up.
The future is now. Minecraft ASMR, not AI. I can't even find it anymore. There was also like a not AI version of this, but it was also painful. So, have you seen new song, by the way? Which one? Send me new song. The sound is so wrong, different from what I can see. Yeah, but so many people just don't stop to think about it. So, I again, I think that when people realize that a lot of this is ASMR, like there's a shift when someone realizes what they're watching is ASMR, but a lot of people don't realize what they're watching is ASMR. Like I was talking to my mom about the Astrovan whenever I was kicking around the idea of it being an Astrovan and not something else. I don't think we're going to go the Astrovan route. And she was like, "Oh, what's an Astrovan? I don't remember those." And I was like, "I guarantee you do." And she looked them up and she was like, "Oh yeah, I do." But then I hear her watching a video, and it is like one of those horrible AI voiceover. They're bringing back the Astrovan, revolutionized with futuristic looks, blah blah blah, and it was AI generated slop with a slideshow of Astrovan concept images to go along with it that were also AI generated. Like a lot of people seeking out ASMR content are also finding this stuff, and I hope that they end up being like, fuck this shit and seeking out real artists. So just like they brought back the Westphalia. Yeah. Oh, the new Cottontail song. Yeah, I think I've heard a bit of it. I don't think I've watched the video. Movie trailers are so cooked. Oh, there's not a video. It's just okay. Needs to see or hear this, I suppose. Katie too? Yeah.
I kiss the scars on her skin. I still think you're beautiful. And I don't ever want to lose my best friend. I screamed out.
Con dropped 4 songs for the new debut. That's incredible. What the fuck is happening with my Chrome?
bring the tidal wave. We will 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 bring the tidal wave. Nothing will return. She's mine. You stay away from her. It's not hers. 'Cause baby, I'm the one who haunts her dreams and lies until she's satisfied. Make me a promise and tonight. Ride the tidal wave, dreamless in early graves. I never wanted to be this way. The chemicals will bring you home again. This is it. When it's done, we can say that. When it's sudden death, we fight. Fuck it.
Yeah, that sounds crazy good. Holy. A Seether cover, okay.
Every time we lie awake, after every hit we take, every feeling that I get, but I haven't missed you yet. Every roommate kept awake by every sigh and scream we make. All the feelings that I get, but I still don't miss you yet. Only when I stop to think about it. I hate everything about you. Why do I love you?
Good song. Holy. 3 Days Grace. Yeah, that's right. That's right. This EP of hers is literally my college study playlist distilled. Oh, that's awesome. I legitimately listened to this song not too long ago. I'm sad with myself that I mixed those up. Okay, we're gonna continue spiraling real quick. I watched part of this video the other day and it was fascinating. But yeah, definitely check out all of Cottontail's new and Cottontail and Friends, I'm assuming. Is it just Katie, or is it like multiple people that assisted and helped with?
If you're an American, you've been probably seeing a whole bunch of these things. And in some places, they're so common that you don't even notice them. They just blend into the background like they're trees or streetlights. And you've probably correctly assumed that they're recording traffic. They're also recording and logging license plates and using AI image recognition. But what if I told you that they are, in fact, not owned by your local police department or your local government,
Gotcha,
but
beauty.
are licensed to them by a third-party startup? And all of your vehicle's whereabouts are being tracked by a third-party data broker. What if I also told you that major retail chains are also using them, and they're combining your vehicle's whereabouts with your personal information?
Chat, are we having a good time yet? Are we having a good time yet? Is this what we're here for? No? But highly, I love you.
Your shopping habits, and even your in-store behavior. And
I wanna
some of
leave
them
now.
are giving that information to
My grocery store has one of those. Yeah, most of the big retail chains have been using this, allegedly.
law enforcement. And what if I told you that I just
Oh,
possibly may have come up
doggo.
with a way to break it?
This Colorado family was being driven to a shopping center in a stolen vehicle, and they would have gotten away with it without cutting-edge technology alerting police of their crime.
Nah, that was actually an OCR error.
Well, this New Mexico woman and her 12-year-old sister were driving to the park with a stolen license plate when AI-enhanced technology allowed police to...
That one was another computer vision error.
Well, yet another car-thieving woman of color caught red-handed...
Nope, just a glitch.
Just a glitch, chat. Just a glitch. One small silver lining about these, they're facing increasing pushback. Yes. Yeah, I think that a lot of these were... And to get the funding that they wanted, they had to be kind of rolled out like crazy. But DMs put me next to Hylia. I got you. But yeah, that because of the numerous fuck ups and obvious privacy issues, yeah, they are indeed facing pushback. Oh my god, Brandon, that's adorable. Hold, not whole. Jesus Christ, not beating the allegations. Oh shit, where's V2 Studio? Here. I gotta change the name of that. Look at Brainy's OC done by Mew in chibi form. Do that. Oh, no, not no. There we go. Oh. I need Brainy pinned on the wing. Okay, and then we need to put Hylia right there. Now it looks like Brainy's sneaking up on Hylia. That is so cute. Yes, true. My message got eaten by a degeneracy. Yes, it did. You got 7 TV'd. It'd be like that sometimes. All right, back to spiraling. Everybody's favorite pastime.
All over the country. Your tax dollars pay startups to rent AI superpowers
This
to law
one,
enforcement.
I'm actually
and then
quite
the
upset.
following year,
Real and
tax
true.
dollars pay the lawsuit settlements when it doesn't work. Flock Safety is a startup that was founded in 2017 that specializes in developing and leasing security cameras that have AI capabilities such as license plate recognition and vehicle identification. And these security cameras feed into databases that law enforcement, private companies, and even private citizens can access and utilize. And if you own a car in the United States, you have unquestionably been logged within one of these databases. It works like this. You drive past a Flock Safety camera and it records an image or video. An image segmentation model or something similar looks for the license plate itself, or a rectangle with some key identifiers like tail lights or a...
This makes it seem so okay and like so cute.
window. Once it is confident enough that it found a license plate, it sends a portion of the image to an OCR model, or optical character recognition, which is probably the most widely used type of AI for consumers. For example, it's used in PDFs or any type of automatic data entry, like scanning and cashing checks on your phone with your bank's app. AI like this typically uses a confidence level threshold. So if the OCR model is above, say, 90% sure that your license plate was read accurately, then the information is saved with a location and timestamp on it. It can also classify the make and model of your vehicle.
Confidence 94.5%.
Add-ons or cosmetic damage.
Couldn't be me.
And this information
Badass tiger scratch
to that database. A law enforcement officer can then run your license plate and see every single time that your vehicle has been tagged in the database. So if you're in a city that has a lot of these cameras, it pretty much has the same effect as secretly sticking a GPS device on your car. Flock Safety is also happy to provide service to businesses and homeowners associations, and those private clients often allow...
Oh, is the audio that desynced already? Why? Oh, speaking of fake camera shake, we really should watch the new War of the Worlds movie on stream.
Law enforcement to access the data from their cameras. Then there's the hot list. If law enforcement puts you on the hot list, they are notified every single time that Flock detects you. So it's kind of like having a police tail all day, every day, but without the pesky annoyances of requiring a judicial warrant to target and track a citizen who may not even be suspected of any sort of crime. So now you might be asking, what is there to stop, I don't know, Texas law enforcement tracking women out of state who are suspected of getting illegal abortions? Or how would you prevent a jealous, abusive person who also happens to be a law enforcement officer from using the system to constantly track his ex-girlfriend and her new partner? Well, unfortunately, you wouldn't prevent it because these are just two of the many examples of things that have actually already happened.
160. Hold on.
Hyper-aggressive that have actually.
Kansas police chief used flock license plate cameras 164 times to track ex-girlfriend. This is actually the War of the Worlds movie. This is actually the War of the Worlds movie. That's crazy. Some people do that shit. Oh yeah, for sure. Deathman. Hi. Not to mention the hacking that would happen all the time would be staggeringly high. Oh yeah, that's the thing about putting your information in all of these databases. Like once it's in there, once that's compromised, again and again and again and again and again. Yeah, that just sucks. Jesse, thank you for checking in. It's good to see you, Jesse.
Already happened. Flock safety has exhibited the usual hyper-aggressive startup behavior that we've all grown accustomed to. Near Orlando, Florida, for example, they installed nearly 100 cameras on public
roadways. You're past the fuck out. No worries.
We're
in the middle of spiraling.
Industry sales pitches police departments with their cherry-picked success stories. If we didn't live in a surveillance state, this old lady with dementia would have never been found, or if it weren't for all these.
We should let the government read our DMs. Hey, maybe I would still have a fucking job. Maybe. Maybe. I like that we can joke about that now. We have fun here. Everything's going to be fine. It's going to be fine.
These cameras, this homicide suspect would have never been taken off the streets and would still be murdering people right now. Had this license plate reader error not led to a mother and her young children being held at gunpoint, that family would have never received a $1.9 million settlement from Aurora, Colorado taxpayers. Weirdly, I couldn't find that
where the fuck is my $1.9 million settlement
example in any of their sales decks. From every
Beast
single
is finding positivity where none should be.
Police department or local government.
I believe the correct term for that is cope. And you're goddamn right. Listen, it's all going to be fine. I'm going to be a not van life influencer. And I'm going to start a Patreon. And it's going to be wildly successful, chat. Right? Are you at the we joke about it now stage? How could I not be, honestly? Like, it fucking sucks, right? But like, if I was touchy about it, I wouldn't have told you that y'all were probably the reason. You know what I mean? So, Lita, welcome. I'm assuming you just happened to wake up, because otherwise, what the heck? What are you doing here? Shady foreign contract says what? Right. Nah, it's, he doesn't want me. Of course I want you here. Now that you're awake, you should stay up and spiral with us.
Do not own the camera but pays for their installation, then rents them for an annual subscription fee. And usually this is between $2,000 and $3,000 per camera per year.
Oh my God.
Apparently there's been a recent price hike that has strained the budgets of some police departments. In all of these agreements, liability policy.
I will go eep. Frick you. She is not okay.
Is extremely tight and protects them against virtually all claims should something go wrong or an equipment or data error mislead an investigation.
I was kind of, I'm sorry I'm pausing so much. I was kind of expecting a request for my phone number because the investigators wanted to talk to me. I think that it would have gotten to that point if I hadn't gotten shit canned, Mac, honestly. I think that would have been like, that probably would have been part of the thing that I think that I had that I know that I had scheduled that got canceled. but it never got there. Lita EP. I bet Lita woke up and bumbled in here and sent a couple messages and is mid passing back out as we are speaking.
And one of the most amusing parts of this agreement is this section that is telling the police department to call 911 and not rely on flock safety services in the event of an emergency.
That's
Yikes.
incredible.
Civil communities, police departments, private
that's
businesses, and
incredible.
individuals are not allowed to sell, lease, lend, give away, auction, or otherwise transfer ownership of any of Flock's IP or hardware. At no given time are you allowed to decompile, disassemble, reverse engineer, modify, alter, tamper with, or even repair any of it. Later in this video, I'll be disassembling and somewhat reverse engineering some ALPR cameras, but not Flock. If I did have access to some of Flock's hardware sitting in a box right over there, my attorney advises me that showing you any of it would jeopardize the existence of this video as a whole. A big reason for this aggressive scaling is because the business model of companies like this is actually quite brilliant. They market themselves as public safety services licensed.
That's incredible, Brainy. That's so incredible. People, when I didn't get my, like, the process wasn't moving along as quickly for me as it was for some of the other people. People were like, it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. And I was like, I don't fucking know. So we were both right there. I think we might have willed this into existence, and it was just actually our fault.
In cutting-edge technology, but license plate readers and security cameras have existed for decades. Flock Safety and their competitors are data brokers. A city, police department, business, or homeowners association pays to borrow their cameras, and then they retain the right to make some of that data accessible behind these same licensing.
Yeah, Brainy, I was getting nervous about it.
Customers. Andreessen Horowitz, who is the VC of choice for data brokers and big data startups like Databricks, Fivetrans, Scale AI, and Golden, just to name a few, they've invested nearly $500 million into Flock Safety, adding another $275 million just a few months ago. These are data broker numbers. For example, ADT, the largest and most recognizable home security company and brand in the world, went public in 1969 and has a market cap of $6.8 billion. And that market cap is eclipsed by Flock Safety's recent F-Series valuation of nearly $8 billion.
Crazy.
And it needs to be pointed out that Flock Safety and Andreessen Horowitz have spent a combined $92,680,000 in lobbying, and the vast majority of that lobbying was in the last year. Maybe you are a law enforcement.
I really think that politicians should have to wear like NASCAR jacket style, NASCAR jersey style, or racing suit style jackets with like all of the lobbyists and corporations that are doing this kind of lobbying. It should be very apparent and publicly put on display when they're speaking at all times. Like, if they get some crazy fucking $1 million lobbying anything, like even a dinner, there should be like a giant patch on their fancy jacket that's like, you know, Monsanto, brought to you by Carl's Jr. Fuck you. Yeah, we should go full fucking idiocracy on some of this shit. They should have to get that shit tattooed.
Enforcement officer and Flock Safety has helped you solve cases. Or maybe you think that a poorly substantiated claim about a drop in crime is worth the constant monitoring and tracking of hundreds of millions of tax-paying citizens who are not criminals. And those small little glitches that
with
result
more
in
molecules
young children being held at gunpoint face first on the hot asphalt in a parking lot are just some cracked eggs in the overall omelet that society is trying to make. And if you agree with that, and that's your perspective, fair enough. I strongly disagree with you, but this is a conversation that's not even worth having because all of this is about to get a whole lot worse for everyone, except
I love
for
that
billionaires
for
extracting
us.
wealth from taxpayers.
Hell yeah.
Hey guys, I'm still in the studio. We just finished our Q1 product launch. Fingers are still a little bit shaky. Flock Nova is going to change the game for criminal investigations. I've heard from so many chiefs that they have this system and that.
I've heard from so many chiefs, this system and that system.
That system and that system. They know they have the data, but it's taking their...
They know they have the data. the fucking over the top inflection on social media posts like this makes me want to this stream myself.
Analysts hours and hours to build a case, and now with Flock Nova, it's one click to one case solved.
Flock Nova is a brand new product that is in beta at the time of me recording this, and it combines computer-aided dispatch, criminal records, video surveillance, automated license plate reader data, and here's the kicker, third-party data acquired by Flock Safety. What third-party data, you ask? They haven't exactly been transparent, but 404 Media asked the same question and found out that Flock Nova was using data leaked and sold from large-scale hacks and security breaches. And since that story broke, Flock made an announcement claiming to no longer be using illegally stolen personal data. Most of us at face value don't really seem to mind, or at least don't think it's a big deal that our data is being farmed from us. Like, is it really that big of a deal that your activity on Pinterest under a mostly anonymized account is being stored and analyzed and sold? Well, it becomes a very big deal when it's combined with other data and stops being so anonymous. And when your health questionnaire and
This shit is really the part that I started to spiral about, because it's so true. It's when these things start working together to paint a bigger picture. Gotta go to Culver's in the Midwest and Rust Belt. I'm so hungry for some shitty food right now, actually. God, y'all talking about like Sonic and shit. Like, I know what I'm getting at Sonic. I understand that it's not a good burger, but sometimes the double bacon cheeseburger supersonic mayo all the way burger with tots and a fucking Sonic Blast or whatever the fuck they call their shake things. Listen. It's like eating Little Caesars. You know what you're signing up for.
This one, I'm actually quite upset.
Give me my damn not healthy food. I had pizza last night and it was a fucking mistake. Shaper, thank you for checking in. And I still have leftover pizza and it's gonna be my dinner.
information on BetterHelp was sold to Facebook, where you posted a bunch
Think
of
of the
photos
hydrate.
from bars 10 years ago. And then all of that gets bundled by a data broker with your tracked and logged bad driving habits that your vehicle manufacturer sold. Yeah, that's a thing too. Guess what? All of this may explain the reason your car insurance costs twice as much as
I'm so sure about that.
anybody else in your age demographic. Or it may explain why you can't seem to get a good interest rate on a loan. And now, especially in 2025, where something you may have posted a decade ago will get you arrested and deported. My point is, data privacy never really seems like a big deal until it is. Some states have various laws regarding this, but nobody really seems to give a shit.
Also, cream slushes and ocean water. Fantastic. Okay? Fantastic. Also, Coke blended floats. Also, would take one of those right now.
Shit, because in the
Also, did not realize that floats were a foreign concept to some Europeans. Had to explain what a Coke float was to someone recently and was just like, why hit me with cheese? Why hit me with cheese? I was like, you put the vanilla ice cream in the cup and then you put the Coke on it. It's vanilla ice cream and Coke float is like root beer float with cola. Yes. Yeah, exactly. It's just like you can do the same thing with like orange sherbet and like Sprite, right? Root beer floats look awful. Taste divine. I can see the Lost in the Pond narrative then. Yeah. There's also the Boston Cooler, which is ice cream with Verner's. I have never heard that before in my life, but it sounds inappropriate. I tried a float once and it was mid, but it was homemade. Was it with Bluebell vanilla ice cream? It was like some floats are mid. It's just, it is what it is. If the mixture, if it's not, listen, if the ratio's not correct, or if like the ice cream was already kind of melty, so it's just kind of like a sludge, or like there's a lot of different things that could, your preference might not line up with what you get served. So imagine calling it a float and not the superior spider. Y'all fucking would call it a spider. What the fuck is wrong with y'all over there? That's crazy. That's crazy. It's something so nice. You're gonna call it a fucking spider, bro. Quality and temperature of the ice cream is key. Yes, Dad's root beer and bluebell vanilla. You'll thank me later. That sounds really nice. Some Madagascar ice cream and Coke, I think, but our stuff defreezes fast. Sadly, spider. I bet. God damn it, Jesse.
A few cases where they do get caught, the fine or settlement is a mere fraction.
Also, this shit, it's the same for financial institutions getting fined. Bro, when they clear like $70 billion in a year, do you really think they give a fuck about your $300,000 fine? Like, please.
Of the income generated from buying and selling your third-party data. If a large retailer or fast food chain is not using Flock Safety, then they're probably using some other type of automated license plate reader. But once you walk in those doors, oh my God. Let's just use Walmart's corporate privacy policy as an example. They're logging your personal identifiers, your name, your phone number, your address, your email, your driver's license number, your signature, device identifiers such as your phone or smartwatch's MAC address. They're sussing out your age, gender, citizenship, race, marital status, household income, education, unemployment information, family health, number of children, credit card numbers, and other payment information, geolocation history, photographs, audio recordings, video recordings, and, if known, background checks and criminal convictions. Oh, hang on, I haven't even gotten to the creepy part yet. Inferences, aka your behavior and preferences from your shopping patterns, intelligence, and aptitude. And they reserve the right to share any and all of this with third parties, including but not limited to, you guessed it. It's been reported.
Chat, remember, when you visit Walmart, wear drastically different clothing, including sunglasses in the middle of the day, and never follow the same path. Make sure that you pick up insane items that wouldn't normally interest you at all to confuse the algorithm. What does it mean? He stopped by the plunger and picked it up 35 times in one visit to the store. He never even visited the toilet paper or Drano section. Not once was there any sort of like Imodium purchase. Shit, I always go to the discount aisle and Tesco first. They fucking know, Brainy. They know. They know. And just scratch someone else's nuts. Very important. Actually, no, you guys, I think, are pretty well shielded from this kind of thing. So also always pay with cash. This is the kind of shit that is motivating me to pay with cash more often now. This is the most I've been engaged in a non-Marbles Bees stream outside. Maybe more when Bees introed me to Wreckfest over AI Doom posting soundtrack might be a perfect fit. I'm glad to have you involved, Stone Creek. We are recently, I'm not so sure. I thought that you guys were. I'm pretty sure that they're not allowed to just mass surveil you like that. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. They know and they can't do shit about it because that aisle is whatever is about to expire. What? Yes, that is the data that they get, that you're a broke ass. And not even necessarily that. They just know that you're a cheap motherfucker, okay? Oh, you sweet summer child. That's just what I've heard in other videos covering this topic. So paying only with cash tells them a lot about you. True. But then they gotta wonder about that, right? I feel like you do get added to a list by paying with cash, but it's like, which section of the list do you really need to be sorted into? I think it's that the governments do not want any competition in Europe for all your data. Interesting. I'm a very valuable customer. EU's so weird. Yeah. Cheap or frugal? Clearance is one of my favorite words. But why not both? Why not both?
that police departments have been running queries and sharing Flock Safety's data with ICE. Some Home Depot and Lowe's locations are also Flock Safety customers, and they have also been known to share Flock Safety's data with law enforcement. It might be safe to assume that some of the immigration raids happening at Home Depot and Lowe's locations may be connected to this honeypot of data. So when an immigrant
fucked, Death Man. That's crazy.
Picks up some construction supplies before work.
Lists are fun unless it's about visiting islands.
Vehicle identification data to Flock Safety.
What do you mean by that, Thor?
Trigger an alert on the hot list, and just like that, masked men arrive and pick up the Venezuelan day laborer with no criminal record and ship them off to a prison camp in El Salvador. Like, why? Can't y'all just fucking sell tools? So we have these creepy AI cameras everywhere, proving every paranoid schizophrenic person right by logging our vehicles' every move for police, retailers, and even gated communities. Then we have retailers building advanced personal and psychological profiles about us, which are then being traded to data brokers and combined with our internet shopping, browsing, and social media activity. And now law enforcement data brokers are buying it all up. Here's a hard truth that we all need to know and consider. If every single actor in this database brokerage theater were playing by the rules and following every single law and acting ethically, your data is still only as safe as the database with the weakest security policies or that one employee that falls for the phishing email. In
We are locked in. Thank you for over 160 glizzies. Entering glizzy overdrive.
I think that previous like statement that he just made needs to be like
Are you sure about that?
Yes, I am so sure about that. I think that it should be like required listening for literally everyone. Like, please. Not to mention 15 countries are in objection already of that proposal being mandatory in all of EU member states as you share with EU allies, including the US. That's so fucked. Now we getting brain chips. You even think about something, you end up in jail. Fuck, dude. Fuck. Hoshi, hi. Welcome. We're spiraling right now. Welcome in. Also, the whole ID verification thing, it's nice, handled by the government, allows space two-factor authentication. I trust the EU to not start tying together data on what sites I visit. Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, no, that's fucked. Yeah, it's like, that's immediately a big nope for me, dog. Just have an aneurysm to confuse the brain chip. That's a good strategy. It's an excellent strategy. One of the biggest, like, or most, I guess not really biggest, didn't have like the biggest impact ever, right? But like, do y'all remember that like that crypto scam a while back where like the teenager hacked Twitter and like started posting on like even on Obama's fucking Twitter account was like, I'm doubling your crypto. Just send crypto to this address. This is real. Winky face emoji. That was literally like the reason that dude had access, that teenager had access to Twitter was an employee fell for a social engineering hack. Like literally called up and was like, hey, is your computer running? And they were like, I don't know. And the person was like, well, you better go here and enter your password. And the employee was like, shit, you're right. I better do that. And it was a fake website. And the guy scraped the information from the website. Like, that's literally any of these giant data repositories are just as vulnerable to leaking all of your information.
2024 alone, if we are only counting data breaches that were formally reported, that number exceeds over 10,000 incidents affecting 4.2 billion compromised records. But fear not, our legislators are coming to our rescue by banning TikTok. Did I hear that right? And it kind of doesn't even matter at this point. Debating the safeguarding of personal data in 2025 is like standing
praying
on the
aliens
burnt
steal all the
remains of a
data.
home and debating what kind of fire extinguisher you're going to put in the kitchen. This next section isn't about big data or retailers. We're going to circle back to the data mining that your tax dollars pay for, and we're going to see just how insecure it is. And we're going to try to come up with some ways to defend ourselves from it. In this chapter, we'll be technically going over how ALPR cameras work and examining a few hardware vulnerabilities, but we kind of don't have to. From what I gathered, flock safety cameras can be reached by Bluetooth, and without breaking off into a completely separate tangent, security is not Bluetooth's strength. To Flock Security's credit, from what I could tell, all the Bluetooth seems to be doing is relaying hardware and status information about the camera and transmission system. The camera system also has a Wi-Fi radio that acts as a router with WPA2 encryption, which a lot of consumer products still use despite it being a 20-year-old technology with a lot of flaws. One of those biggest vulnerabilities is in the handshake. If you were to try to guess the passcode on an iPhone, you have about 6 tries before the device times out and makes you wait before you can try again. And this is the same or very similar for any smartphone or Gmail or any modern login page. With WPA2 Wi-Fi, there's a pre-shared password key, and an attacker can capture the handshake on their own device so they can sick their GPU on it. And if everything's updated and working properly and there are no other security vulnerabilities at all on the router, a modern gaming GPU can crack an 8-digit key in under 3 hours. If your Wi-Fi password is a known word, that would be
Brandy. How secure is it? Bob, thank you for the hydrate and the stretch. 8 trillion years? Excellent. Sick your GPU on that.
in a password dictionary, I'd give it about 60 seconds. With some other vendors and services, you don't actually have to crack anything because they've failed to secure their RTSP video feeds properly. And in just a few hours, with some specialized search engines, I managed to browse my way into accessing live feeds from over 24 traffic cameras. And what's
Wait, how the fuck did he do that? Hold on. Wait, so they're actually using WPA2 password encryption
video feeds properly, and in just a few hours with some specialized search engines, I managed to browse my way into accessing live feeds from over 24 traffic cameras. And what's even more troubling is that in a couple small towns that I audited, if one camera wasn't secured, none of them were, allowing anyone the capability of tracking every single vehicle in the town indefinitely without ever having to see or write a line of code. Another troubling example, Hikvision, the largest IP camera company in the world, they make all types of cameras, many of
Bro, Hikvision as a I can't say this one out loud, but Brandy, I'm gonna DM you.
Which have ALPR technology and are marketed towards police departments. In 2022, hackers were able to not only view the feed, but exploit the firmware used in over 80,000 cameras, allowing them to execute code remotely. And then just last year, the Russian military compromised Hikvision cameras in Ukraine to obtain intelligence to plan airstrikes on Kiev and subvert Ukraine's air defense systems. In fact, right now, at the time of me recording this video, you can download an exploit for Hikvision cameras on GitHub that allows you to view the feed, retrieve snapshots, and extract user credentials. Then you have Verkada, a massive security camera company whose chairman has bragged about locking clients into a predatory subscription model.
There is a hardware component and a licensing component. Now the license, you might have bought a 1-year license, but you like literally bolted the hardware to your ceiling. So like you're not taking it down.
Many of their clients in healthcare, prisons, police departments, and so on couldn't afford to leave for a more secure ecosystem. So when every single one of their 150,000 plus cameras were hacked due to a corporate administrator account having their username and password publicly exposed on the internet, hackers not only had access to the private video feeds, but the networks that they were connected to.
And they were also able to access the archives of those cameras as well, the clips that had been saved by those customers.
If there's one way to get me completely obsessed about something technical, it's to tell me that I'm not allowed to learn about it. And few industries are cagier about technical analysis or pen testing than the security camera industry. One would assume that it's because they do not want the general public figuring out the technical function of a device that people depend on for security, and by forcing customers into tight agreements.
I've managed to browse my way. I remember seeing internal company resources on Google search results. Not my company. Oh yeah, that kind of shit happens all the time. And there's still a website out there, I think, that's pretty popular. That's just like, its whole thing is to let you surf unsecure cameras. I don't know if it's still available just on like the regular internet, but I remember it being a thing. Like, it was just a bot set up to crawl and look for unsecure IP cameras, and it was just like, you never know what you were gonna get. I mean, sometimes it was just people's fucking houses. Like, this is just a thing that happens all the time. It's the same way that people. I think I'm gonna go back to ignoring this kind of stuff and just keep on going day to day, unless they want to take my games away from me. Though I don't blame you for like that. In a lot of I cannot possibly be constantly worried about this kind of thing, right? I like to get caught up on it and stay informed about it, but I would drive myself crazy if this was something that I was constantly thinking and worrying about. This is not a cause that I could like constantly be like fighting for or over, just because of the fact that, and like, this is part of the problem, right? Is like the mental fatigue of just there being so many things that we have to be worried about these days and fighting for our rights about. But like, you'd make yourself miserable. I don't think and worry about it constantly, but I really like to keep up on it a decent amount. Yeah, that's kind of where I land too. Honestly, yeah, a lot of this shit gives me a headache nowadays. Sometimes I watch it to pass the time, but then the headache comes back. Yeah, but for sure. I think a lot of us feel like that. A lot of us feel like that. But this specific company and this program was something that I was actually pretty ignorant about until I started watching this video. So I thought it would be interesting for us to spiral about. So I'm sorry to have us watching something that a lot of us are fucking over about, you know. But man, the future is now, I suppose. Yippee!
Or cease and desisting anybody who posts a disassembly video, they're making you safer. If you're buying, or if you're in the market of buying any type of home, business, or civic security device or solution, you should be looking for a solution with a high level of openness and transparency. Probably about the worst thing that a nerdy YouTube channel can do to malicious hackers is make content publicly reporting on security vulnerabilities, because it forces the manufacturers to swiftly correct those vulnerabilities or face losing customers to competitors. I started my journey here by obtaining one of the most popular license plate recognition cameras that are mounted on police cars, made by Vigilant Solutions, which is a tough sounding name that Motorola uses when trying to market to law enforcement agents.
Vigilant Solutions is so crazy. It can't just be called Motorola. That's one that exposes them to possible bad press, right? But Vigilant Solutions is just Google's default bot crawlers, affectionately called Google Dorks, index the web. If the address it runs does not tell Google Dork not to index the site, which most security cameras don't even do, then it will get indexed and is available to Google search. That's crazy. Oh, I know what I was going to mention. A lot of the vibe coding that's happening now, people are just dumping repositories into publicly accessible places. Like they're not the fucking AI is not instructing them on how to actually properly secure their code, and they're just fucking winging it. This kind of thing, it's like the security cameras all over again. people are building shit and it's just like the labyrinths for AI scraper bots actually works. Yes, so that's interesting. There was another video that I watched recently. Somebody was trying to, oh no, it was a I think a WAN show that I was listening to, and they were talking about trying to get information about pricing from websites, and they realized that they were getting back a bunch of like jumbled information, and they were like, fuck, we're part of the problem. And it was one of those, their bot had fallen into one of the labyrinths or whatever and had gotten stuck. I'd found many a password with a Google search. That's crazy.
Agencies. It truly did feel like more of Motorola's efforts went into obfuscating its functionality and making it absurdly proprietary than the part that, you know, reads license plates. And ironically, it had a micro SD card in it with unencrypted data.
Scrapyard Wars?
Yeah,
it might have been.
Not great. Most of them have two different camera sensors, one for the daytime and one for the nighttime, and then a bunch of infrared light emitters. So for example, if a police officer is driving behind a vehicle at night, it'll send out an infrared flash and then take a photo at a very high frame rate, so it's underexposed everywhere but the infrared reflection from the license plate itself. And keep in mind that our human eyeballs are not able to see infrared light, so you or the police officer probably doesn't even realize that a flash is taking place. I'll demonstrate this really quick. Here is a longer exposure with no infrared flash. Here is a longer exposure with an infrared flash. Here's a very fast exposure with the infrared flash. Anyway, this channel's attorney,
it's kind of crazy how that works. It's gotten really good.
The
whole infrared
legalities of powering the camera on and using it in this video.
It's same concept for like some infrared night vision that gets used these days, I think. But like the digital night vision has become pretty fucking good. Obviously, it's not as good as analog night vision, and the fact that you have a fucking IR blaster, which can be detected pretty easily, is not optimal, but
considering how I obtained it. And no, I did not steal it off of a police car. So instead, I took it apart and analyzed just about every chip on it, and then rebuilt something similar to the functionality of the daytime camera to see if I can get a nice license plate reader on my truck, just like the police have. And then rather than sending all of the data to an external computer or server, I figured I might as well try to do everything in a sleek device that I put together. I put a Raspberry Pi 5 behind a 7-inch touchscreen display, then used a USB camera module with the exact same specs
wish
as the
I
daytime
was this
camera.
smart.
As mentioned earlier, the first order of
I
business
wish
is
I was this
segmentation,
smart
or
and this
finding
motivated.
the license plate itself. And this was the most challenging part that required the most tweaking because rectangles are everywhere. The OCR, or the plate reading part of this project, worked just fine, but if this were my police department and I was the chief, I'd demand better. And ultimately, what's the point of doing all of this if we're not going to create a future-proof method of using technology to allow citizens to opt out from being logged by these types of devices? So we need some more modern AI. There are quite a few license plate reader models available in a virtually endless supply of shape recognition models. YOLO, or you only...
All you have to do is get black duct tape, which is highly absorbent of IR light, and glue over your letters and digits precisely. The problem with that is, and which I doubt that you would get harassed over it right now, is I don't think that is legal like anywhere. Not that most of there's gray areas in legality on both sides of this. Everything should be opt-in, not opt-out. Yeah.
Look once seemed to perform the most accurate.
So I think we're heading towards some of that
ALPR-based models that
in this video. I think we're going to see some of that.
But YOLO is also pretty power hungry. So
license plate obfuscating technology pop up.
My little police computer here, and then I decided to switch to a camera that communicated directly with the Pi board with dual channels, and that way I wouldn't have to deal with the overhead of a USB controller. I know this is so dorky, but look, we have an incredibly powerful computer vision system that's
much more accurate than anything on the market for law enforcement. And it probably costs me around $250 if you don't count the trial and error. And what's better is I could probably use an accurate computer vision system for future projects, or maybe it'll just simply let me know when one of my chickens escapes. But in the meantime, we're going to pump it through Recourse Scout, a company similar to Flock Safety that also allows the option of sharing my data to the police.
This extremely secure sharing network allows agencies to access data and records from any other participating partner across the Recourse ecosystem, including residential members of our Recourse Scout home package.
Come to think of it, now that I'm saying this out loud, this also presents a pretty big security vulnerability, as I could just rob a bank and then supply input data with an RTSP stream tagging me driving my vehicle 400 miles away from the bank. But anyway, all right, so welcome to Ben's top models, AI models. We have Recourse, YOLO V11, Plate Recognizer, and Classic Open ALPR for our 4 license plate and vehicle tracking test subjects. And I even made a custom license plate for this project, which is also what I will make my DJ name.
Ben Jordan is taking a more direct approach. He wants to confuse the AIs using something called adversarial noise.
Confusing AI models and preventing them from replicating the track.
If you've been here before, you may have seen my ongoing project that encodes music files with noise that AI hears, but humans cannot. It effectively makes instrument and genre classifiers completely confused, and that makes the AI hear complete and utter nonsense. The whole point of that project was to develop something that would prevent AI companies from scraping my and others' albums and reselling the data as an AI music service.
Was that our dude that nearly factory reset himself? Yes, I believe that it was. I do believe that it was.
And so far, the algorithm is working very well and improving.
I will always love and appreciate that moment that we shared together. When the chat that I have to fucking live with every time I go live made an AI threaten to factory reset itself. Real shit.
Proving. And the reason I develop things like this is because the people that we've elected to protect our intellectual property and our privacy rights aren't doing their jobs. So if we want any sort of defense from this, we need to roll up our sleeves and use technology to defend ourselves. Sometimes videos like this are controversial because adversarial noise attacks have the potential of becoming a pretty big, expensive problem for the AI industry, especially since the vast majority of that industry is just rapidly feature hunting while building on top of pre-existing AI models that just work. For example, you can't ask an AI model how exactly it recognizes a face because it doesn't have a human brain or eyes, nor is it equipped with a consciousness-based intelligence capable of actually recognizing a person. This black box problem isn't really a problem when an AI model manages to generate an image or a song or recognize a license plate. It just works. But when somebody introduces an attack that prevents the model from working, you can't just open it up and fix a few things. A few years ago, with something called Nightshade, some tech-savvy artists attempted to poison pill their artwork by introducing invisible
It was really sad how quickly this got defeated, honestly.
Noise to the image that confused models trained for image generators, and it worked incredibly well at first. Luckily for generative AI companies, they figured out that by adding some blur to the images, then using another AI algorithm to sharpen those images, they could remove most of the confusing noise. That's not exactly a great solution or a cure for the problem. It's more like a bandage, because now training image models takes longer and costs more due to these additions to the
I mean, I'm sure it still does fuck with a lot of, people attempting to hoover up that data. So, I mean, it's not totally defeated or anything. Plus, as he mentions, it does at least slow them down. To be fair, I don't know how I recognize this face. I don't know how I recognize faces either. Good point. Good point.
The data processing workflow. And that particular bandage isn't going to be great for optical character recognition used by license plate readers, because the whole point of the technology is accurately outputting text from an image, not generating abstract license plate photos. So with that being said, here's what we're going to be doing here. I have a license plate database, and I make 1,000 identical traffic images with a plate superimposed on a car. If a license plate isn't even detected at all by both models, meaning that it doesn't even see the plate or rectangle itself, that gets moved move to Class A. If the license plate was detected with both models, but it got the plate information wrong, that moves to Class B. Then, if either model detects and reads it correctly, it goes to Class C, which is a control group. Then I do this a whole lot of times with a whole lot of different license plates and create a robust data set to train a new model whose job is to generate abstract, invisible license plate overlay patterns that cannot be detected by humans, but make license plate recognition systems utterly shit the bed.
So I put the processing application up here on GitHub, and once you install processing, it's pretty easy to use, and everything is kind of explained in the code itself. And once you configure everything correctly, you'll have a bunch of images like this, where you will have tiny bits of noise on your plate. Some will be more or less conspicuous than others. Now we need to test those images, and I created a Python proving ground to do that. So once the libraries utilizing your GPU are installed and you run the script, it will open up a little dialog where you will select a folder. It will go through every single image in the folder. Then it will create a new folder and fill it up with images, which will tell you where it detected the license plate and what it thinks it read, and a confidence value of that. We have Pooh 5000 with the original. We have Moo 5000 with one of the perturbed. We have PDQ 5009, 9005400, Do 5000, Pooh 5 Do. And then what I'm really interested in,
Pooh 5
some
Do.
of these, it didn't detect a plate at all. Somehow the noise pattern actually perturbed the image segmentation model detecting a rectangle on a vehicle. And if we could figure out what pattern is breaking the image segmentation, like detecting the license plate itself, then it's possible that you could just have a license plate holder that doesn't obfuscate the plate at all. That could make it much less likely to be read by the AI in the license plate readers. Oh, and my little Python app here also outputs all of the data into a CSV file just so you could analyze all the data in front of you at once.
It was time to test this in the real world against these prototypes. I thought it would be fun to print out the noise on transparent adhesive sheets for my Pooh 5000 license plate. This is just an easy way to test the patterns, and definitely not something you would actually want to put on your car and drive on public roadways unless you miss your friends in prison.
Hey officer, it's just a little mud from all my off-roading.
12 miles per hour. I'm definitely throwing these.
I don't know how that got on there. No idea.
Let's do one at congested parking lot speeds. I mean, that's like essentially holding text right up to the camera. That looks like a normal license plate. Some of these ALPR models are not as visually interesting as others, so rather than just showing a bash terminal scrolling text, we'll stick with footage of the ones where I could pump live
QR codes on license plate holders.
So with no adversarial noise, just the raw license plate, it detected Pooh 5000. This is adversarial noise layer A. And it's definitely pretty confused, and it doesn't seem to pass the confidence threshold to even register a plate at all. I tried the Band 1 plate because it's a style that hasn't been used in like 30 or 40 years, and it has red text, and it's just very different than the one that we were trying to attack initially with the black noise. And it definitely does confuse it quite a bit. All right, this is Yowo V8. Booyah.
Not all of them passed the test, which was completely expected, but a lot of them did, and I'm reasonably confident that if I just screen printed some of these
Send the AI to go sign up for Silver's Fansly.
Camera ninja. And again, these are probably not street legal anyway, and are just training data for the final model, which will ideally be completely invisible to the human eye and not obstruct the license plate in any perceivable way. When I made the video about Harmony Cloak and when I introduced Poisonify, my AI music defense algorithm, I got inundated by people asking for a user-friendly app or website where they could use it on their own music. I got VCs wanting to invest in it and companies wanting to exclusively own it. And I'm flattered, if not surprised, by that level of enthusiasm, and it's actually really inspiring. But this channel is a nonprofit organization that allows me to do independent research on whatever it is that I feel like researching, and then share those ideas for free publicly. And it's my dream job. And that same set of principles applies to this project. In Greek mythology, there's this venomous multi-headed serpent that lives in the swamps, and it goes by the name of the Lernaean Hydra. And anytime that somebody tried to slay this monster by cutting off one of its heads, they would see two heads grow back in its place instantly. And this monster caused many generations to live in fear until one very powerful and brave man was tasked with destroying it. Donald J. Trump, or Hercules. or John
Oh,
Wick.
okay.
I'm not really sure.
oh,
If projects
shit.
like this have any hope of putting a dent in things technologically, or
That was a
inspiring
roller coaster I wasn't
legislation
expecting to
further
go on.
protect people's IP or privacy, then you're going to need a whole lot of people working creatively on solutions and sharing that information with one another. And that way, if AI companies figure out a way around a defensive technology, two more will pop up in its place. And it's worth pointing out that I have absolutely no problem with my license plate being identifiable or readable by law enforcement officers, or even the person driving behind me. I don't even have a problem with police using license plate readers mounted on their vehicles. Driving a 2-ton vehicle that is capable of going well over 100 miles per hour on a public roadway or a parking lot is a pretty big responsibility and privilege. Anywhere in the United States, if law enforcement wants to track your location via phone for a prolonged period, or even ping you beyond a single cell phone tower, they are required to have a good reason for it, and an elected judge needs to agree that it's a good enough reason by granting them a warrant. This was argued, debated, and decided by the Supreme Court in a landmark ruling from the 2018 case Carpenter v. United States.
Time-stamped data provides an intimate window into a person's life, revealing not only his particular movements, but through them, his familial, political, professional, religious, and sexual associations. These location records, quote, hold for many Americans the privacies of life.
So it would be reasonable to assume that tracking someone's location with AI without a warrant would be a violation of their Fourth Amendment right. Right? Well, that has not been ruled on yet, and if they agree that it's a constitutional violation, they'll be leading the flock safety unicorn out of its $8 billion stable and shooting it right in the head. And considering the combined $92 million lobbying effort of flock safety and their primary investor, maybe it's not so confusing why nobody will straighten this whole constitutional rights thing out. My point, that's taking forever to get to, is I have no idea if using adversarial noise to confuse AI tracking system is legal or not in your state. For this reason, if you were inspired by this video,
that's a good way to put it. I mean, it's a very blunt way to put it.
That you use that inspiration to research this type of technology. And I would not advise or ask that you immediately screen print or place a matte sticker on your license plate, because you very well could be the one that they make an example out of. I want to talk today about my love affair with this video's sponsor, my Patreon members, because without them, I would not be able to tell you that this video would have been a perfect fit for the non-stop
almost fucking got me with that one.
Trying to get me to talk about services like Delete Me or Incogni, which charge you around $100-ish per year to remove your information from a few data brokers. The problem with these data protection services is that there is no complete data protection service, because there is no complete list of data brokers for them to contact. And that doesn't even matter, because in the US, a data broker is only required to stop displaying data on their servers. So when they sell or license that data elsewhere, which is kind of the point of being a broker of data, your data will just be able to be displayed again. In fact, Incogni is owned by Nord Security, or NordVPN, whose marketing affiliates have repeatedly
I
sent
did not
me
realize
sponsorship
that.
offers
That's
with
crazy.
key points to describe them as hack-proof, despite having been hacked in a data breach that they didn't disclose to their users for a year and a half after it was discovered.
That's not a good look. I don't think the AI would be ratting on me after signing up for Silver's Fansly. It would be a bit preoccupied with the Fansly DMs. True. I did not realize that Nord got hacked and then did not tell people. That's crazy. I don't personally use Nord. I do have a VPN subscription. I think it's a good thing to have, but I also think it's a good thing to look into the company that you are using and be honest with yourself about how all of this tech works. Just saying. It's not the end all be all.
Discovered. By the way, Reject Convenience made an excellent video essay on this that I recommend, and I'll link below. Everywhere in the European Union, your data privacy is treated and recognized as a fundamental human right. Their general data protection regulation requires you to explicitly opt in before your personal data can be logged or collected. And this provides the framework for similar protections in the UK, Japan, Brazil, Argentina, Switzerland, South Korea, Canada, India, even China, and so on. And in the majority of these countries, these protections are extraterritorial, meaning that even though Google or Facebook are American companies or services, they'll need to become and remain compliant to those rules if they want to continue doing business in those countries.
It's complicated. It's complicated, boobs, because also you've got like the like was mentioned earlier, with apparently the whole every message before it's encrypted is sent to the government thing that they're trying to do, which is crazy. I know nothing about it, but that's insane. And the whole wave of user verification and age verification that's happening in the UK and the EU right now. I don't know, and I don't know how holy this whole GDPR thing really is. So no, they want backdoor into any encryption. That's fucking crazy, dude. That's fuck them. That's crazy. I just want to backdoor into fucking everything all the time, because that'll never be abused. It's also illogical. GDPR is a thing the USA needs to follow. I've heard that before. I'm honestly not well enough informed about it in general to know, but I've heard that take many times, Taz.
There is no reasonable need to try and disrupt license plate readers in these places, because your health information, your social media activity, your facial expressions and sentiment while standing in line at Walmart aren't being bundled with them and then leased to law enforcement. Since the boom of the internet
to worry
in the
about.
1990s,
True.
the dangers of personal data brokerage became very apparent to just about all of us. And everyone from sociologists to data scientists to concerned taxpayers begged legislators to protect them. And even after stolen data was used to manipulate and subvert democracy in 2016, another decade passed without any meaningful protection from the federal government. So yeah, I guess we'll just fucking DIY it.
Hey, video editing, Ben here. If you're a law enforcement officer, or if you work for a law enforcement agency, or if you're associated or aligned with them, and if you've lasted up to this point in this video, thank you. I have been rather blunt about my feelings, but I also do not want to make a video that isn't solution-oriented. A big thing that inspired, or I guess frustrated me into making this video, was coming across the social media video of the Flock CEO talking about Flock Nova being one click to one case solved. Because every single person who has worked in law enforcement that I have met in my personal life has been an incredibly dedicated hard worker who I feel has been undertrained and underpaid. And from my perspective in the industries that I've worked in, hearing a tech CEO make your work look easy for their own personal and financial gain pisses me off. I understand that you're interested in this technology because you want your community to be safer, and I think that that's a noble reason. I'm going to write a brief open letter / proposal about how your law enforcement agency could use technology like this in a way that is customizable, upgradable, more secure, and most importantly, built on a framework that is scaled for compatibility with admissible trial evidence. And furthermore, if you do have any technical questions about things that you saw in this video, reach out via email and I'm happy to try and answer them or point you in the direction of someone who can. While it may not seem like it, I am actually aligned with your ability to safely reduce crime. It's just that I want the most effective forensic technology to be owned by the
what an
justice
eloquent
system,
dude.
not venture capital firms.
This video took quite a few turns, and hopefully some of you learned something or found it meaningful. It was also pretty expensive.
It's a good video.
Hardware from government
It's a really good
auctions,
video.
to components, to ALPR licenses. But I'll tell you what, this video would have been impossible to make without my Patreon supporters. So thank you very much to them. And if you want to see more content like this, as well as have access.
Anyways, chat, this was just a way for me to again say that I will be starting a Patreon. I'm kidding. It's a really good video. Left you a decently short article about the EU thing. I will check it out real quick. Holy fucking yeah, it's a bunch of synthesizers and crazy music making shit in the background. I think that's this dude's main thing is music creation.
Access to ultrasonic bird recordings and tons of other sciencey and weird field recordings and audio assets and unreleased music, or our Discord server full of music and science dorks, or our monthly songwriting challenge, then please join us. It's as little as $1.
No, Bob, I
Thanks for
think
watching.
most
Keep
people
creating. Bye.
I think most people would agree with you, Bob. I think I think a lot of CEOs that's just like the generally accepted thing about people that have, cut enough throats to get to that position, or that they are They're willing to make the fucked up decisions to make the maximum amount of money. Like shareholder value reigns supreme. They're not interested. The fucking Flock dude does not give a single fuck about accurate one-click case resolution. That motherfucker just wants to sell his product to law enforcement agencies. That's all that is. That just happens to be a very marketable thing and what they're focusing on right now. You will not convince me otherwise. Carrick, welcome. Sociopathy is common among them. Yeah, I've definitely read that before. Okay, this is a tech radar thing. Chat control. That's what they're calling it. They're calling it chat control. They want to control you, chat. List of countries opposing the law grows, but support remains strong. Belgium and the Czech Republic have joined opposition ahead of a crucial September 12th meeting. Good job, Czech Republic and Belgium. Proud of you both. And the fact that they've always named this shit like child sexual abuse scanning bill and things like that, it's just like, come on now. Come on. We did something. Yippee! Chat control sounds like a fun game. That very much depends on the chat. Both reportedly passed being undecided. Oh, from being undecided to opposing the proposed law. Interesting. They add to Austria, the Netherlands, and Poland in criticizing the proposal's mandatory detection and encryption provisions. Wow, good job, you guys. The list of supporters is still much longer, though counting 15 member states at the time of writing. These include crucial countries like France alongside Italy. God damn it, Italy. You thought I was going to say France, didn't you? Fightchatcontrol.eu. There's also this site. There's a lot of EU people here. If you want to check out fightchatcontrol.eu. I don't know enough about it to tell you to or not, but thank you, Brainy, for sharing that. Bun, thank you for checking in. How have you been, Bun? I lurked you a bit here recently, and it was... Thank you, Bun. Bun, I like that we just trade subs back and forth. It's every month. But you know what? I'm gonna keep doing it. I'm gonna keep doing it. Yeah, of course they want to make money, but this shit sucks. Comes the headache. Thanks for the B vibes at the very least. Enjoy the rest of the stream. I may or not return. We're gonna be ending soon, Bob. So thank you for hanging out. But big agree. This shit does suck. This shit does suck, and I may make more comments down the road on my feelings about that willingness to sell out our society for a few bucks, but you could probably guess what I have to think about it. I wonder why Cyprus is on the critical list. Wait, I had not gotten there yet. The list of supporters is so much longer. 15 member states at the time of writing. These include crucial countries like France, alongside Italy, Spain, Sweden, Lithuania, Cyprus, Latvia, and Ireland. Yeah, that is a good question. I wonder why they are listed there. Yeah. What's at stake? First unveiled in 20. Oh, they've been arguing this since 2022, huh? Chat control proposals never been so close to becoming law. Oh, so I've seen this cover before. It's just apparently it's close to actually passing. That's crazy. Scanning your chats. On a more practical level, that means the EU could be scanning your chats by October 2025, no matter if they are encrypted. So what does this have to what does this mean for like LoRa networks and stuff? So, because there's apparently, so here in the States, it's not as widely rolled out or utilized as it is in Europe, but there's this really cool technology. I think it's like on the 850 something megahertz band. It's like a point-to-point network, but it travels really long distances. I mean, it's based on sight, right? Like if there's a hill in the way, then you're fucked. But there's this like mesh network tech that is being rolled out that allows for encrypted communication, and it's not on the internet. So are they going to try to go after the people creating those, or like how the fuck is that going to work? That tech is actually pretty cool. Laura Meshtastic, yeah, Meshtastic is just one of them. These are pretty fucking cool little devices. Genuinely, like this whole format is appealing to me because like my brain, like I grew up with these kind of devices, right? With the text keyboard, the physical keyboards, like it looks very like BlackBerry-ish, and like it makes my brain go burr. But yeah, you can basically just get these things that will act as repeaters, and it's pretty cool.
So Meshtastic is a simple off-grid mesh network that's used to transfer short text messages. It's really neat, but until recently, most development has focused on these little nodes that, you know, they have these little OLED displays or they don't, and you usually have to have a separate phone with an app on it or use a web UI to actually interact with the mesh. So that means you have this.
Anyways, I'd be curious to see how that shakes out. Yeah, if you're in the EU, I would, you know, I would say get educated on this shit and decide for yourself if it's something that you would want to sign a petition for, or, you know, do whatever you do to impact your local governance. But oh, this is one of the Czech MEPs. I'm not sure what that stands for, but I've received many questions about this law, hundreds. So I will take the liberty of sending you the same answer as the others. If you still have specific questions that you feel remain unanswered, please let me know. In this mandate, I am the shadow. Okay, that's a sick thing to call yourself. Okay. Shadow reporter for the proposal. In the previous mandate, it was my German pirate colleague, Patrick Breyer, who actually coined the term chat control, and I'm glad the term lives on. I have some bad news, but more good news for you. The bad news is already circulating. The EU Council is currently presiding over by the Danes, and they would like to push through their position of unlimited surveillance among the other member states. However, just 3 months ago, a vote, even just to reopen the debate, was supposed to take place, and the majority of the states blocked it. So though they can try to secure a majority, we have no indication the position of the council shifted significantly for now. The bad news, of course, is that as parliamentary elections take place in the member states in the coming years, including here in Czech Republic here in a month, positions of states may change. Interesting. So it's good, I guess, that it's being sensationalized right now, but it sounds like this dude doesn't think that it's likely to really the needle be moved much. Member of the European Parliament, of course, that makes sense. Genuinely good news for you. The next 4 years in the EU legislation is approved in such a way that both the Parliament and Council form their positions, and then they have to create a compromise together. The current situation is deadlocked because there is no council position. Even if the council eventually adopted a position, and it was terrible, the Parliament stance in this mandate remains strongly against the proposal. And after speaking with the other reporters, I can assure you that nothing is changing in this respect. The only troublemakers are the EPP. So no surveillance compromise will pass through us this mandate. Nevertheless, I appreciate your messages and that you care about and are connected with privacy. Please keep being interested. These proposals are thrown out the door and keep coming back through the window. Only thanks to people's resistance can this be stopped. That what a good response. There's a section, if the Danish chat control text, if you look for it, the segment is crucial tech part. That is insane. I will look it up. I'm assuming that's in this article. Back over here. If the Danish chat control text passes, all the multimedia files and URLs you sent via WhatsApp and similar services would have to be mandatorily scanned in the lookout for CSAM materials. Crucially, government and military accounts will be exempt from the scanning. That's wild. That's so much. While the proposal mentions cybersecurity encryption should be protected in a comprehensive way, a wealth of experts, including tech developers, cryptographers, and digital rights advocates, have been warning that, as it's intended, mandatory scanning cannot be done without weakening encryption protections. Of course. Fucking of course. Like, this will make everyone de facto more vulnerable to cyber attacks. Yeah, like, no shit. There are other ways to deal with the Danes. Ominous. Well, I had not planned on spiraling tonight, but we sure as fuck did. And although this is a stressful topic for, I think, everybody, I appreciate y'all hanging out with me and us getting to be kind of goofy about it at times. But it's, you know, it's good to be informed about. I saw that I didn't finish that video. I'm glad that we did finish it together. But I hope that y'all are, you know, some of you are a bit more informed now about the world that we live in, even if it's a stressful thing. And, you know, this isn't going to be the kind of heavy thing that we talk about all the time, but sometimes it's just kind of good to get caught up on things. So plan was to spiral into a planet during uncontrolled entry. Yeah. So I think Wednesday we're gonna aim for some No Man's Sky. That's what I was gonna do tonight, and then we did not. I'm gonna go ahead and call a stream there. This weekend's gonna be kind of weird for me because I think I'm going to a Cadillac V Club event thing. So the stream on Friday may be a like travel stream. So road trip may be in the future. I'm informed. I'm working in the field, and it's a thing. Well, I'm glad to have people in the chat that are more informed than me. Like genuinely, that's one of the things that I enjoy most about this kind of thing. Like it's just like playing GeoGuessr and somebody being like, "Oh, yeah, like I've been there." When we talk about these different things, having people with different perspectives and even different opinions on them, I think is a very positive and healthy thing. So I appreciate people contributing and being a part of the discussion, and I will always feel like that. So that's one of my favorite things about this thing that we do here. Because we all do it together. I say it often, but like these streams would not happen without you guys. It would just be me talking to the void, and I would not be doing that 4 years later. You know, but here I am. So I just lost 3 hours of sleep over this one day. So I was glad I found out one of my country's MEPs given this response. Yes. Yeah, isn't that a reassuring feeling whenever your elected representatives actually? I'll just leave my comment there for now. Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to leave this VOD up. I'm going to be completely honest with you. This one may be getting taken down, but I'm glad that you were here listening to it with me and hanging out. Saturday I will still be at that event thing. I think that's this weekend. So yeah, this weekend's just going to be interesting, but Wednesday we should have a stream. I may surprise y'all with being live earlier on Wednesday. Anything else that I can think of that I need to mention right now in this moment? I don't think there is. If there is, I'll bring it up on Discord. If y'all haven't watched the new video, please watch the new video. And even chat, even if you pull it up and walk away, please leave a comment. Yeah, I would really appreciate that. And yeah, updates on new content soon. So like your family recipe, I don't fucking know. Literally anything. Also, thank you, Brainy. Your MEP restored some of my faith. right? I wasn't expecting that to be what I read when it got sent to me. I was like, oh. I'll watch it as I play more Path of Exile too. Thank you, Boobs, and thank you, Tots. Okay, who we raiding? Who's live doing the Twitch things? How do I search for people mid crash out? Let's see. Oh, we could raid Fillion. Raid T-Pain. Raided Jim recently. When's the last time we raided Rhea doing gaming? I think it's been pretty recently. Sheena's cooking. Purr? What's Purr doing? It's been a minute since we said hi to Purr. She's doing just chatting instead of Monster Hunter. I think the world is ending. Oh, it's good to see, though. Describes Dizzy if she's on Twitch. Crashing out over drinking. Is she live on Twitch right now? I don't think I've ever. Oh my fucking god, dude. I gotta figure out why the fuck my Chrome is freaking out. Yeah. That was a big one. A. Enjoy, Brainy. What's Tina doing? I promise I'm going to be done being indecisive here in just a second. Dicks! Thank you for the dicks. Wait, what the fuck? Whoa. Purr's talking about some controversial shit. Hell yeah, we're going to raid. Hold on.
Thank you, everyone, for this mental breakdown. I really needed it. Thank you.
This is the perfect time for a raid. All right, let's see some fucking bees over at Purr's chat. Thank you. Oh, holy shit, we're in that with over 30 after spiraling. Insane. Thank you. Seriously, for being here. Y'all have a good rest of your day, night, whatever time it is for you. And I will see y'all next time. Oh my god, it crashed again. What the fuck is happening? All right. I'm going to go ahead and hit raid now. See y'all next time. Mwah.
Other than Riley herself actually knows. Dalix, thank you for the follow. Welcome in.